5 bulletproof SUVs under $13,000 that you should buy before they are discovered. There are 5 SUVs sitting on used lots right now under $13,000 with V6 engines that laugh at 250,000 miles, and almost nobody is looking at them. Number 5 is a Buick that drives like a Lexus. Number 4 is a Toyota that everyone skips because it's too old. Number 3 is a Lexus that depreciated like a rental car. Number 2 is a Mazda built on a Ford platform that refuses to die. And number 1, the one I have personally put 3 different customers into, is the SUV I would buy for my own daughter without thinking twice. After more than 2 decades turning wrenches, I have watched these 5 sit on lots for months while people throw money at trucks with twice the problems. Let's get into it. Number 5. The 2008 to 2012 Buick Enclave. I know, a Buick. Stick with me. The Enclave shares its bones, its engine, and most of its mechanical guts with the GMC Acadia and the Saab 94X. Underneath that grandma badge is GM's Lambda platform, the same one that underpins some genuinely solid crossovers. Last fall, a woman in her early 60s came into the shop. She'd been driving the same Camry for 15 years and wanted something bigger, but nothing fancy. I showed her a 2010 Enclave CXL with the 3.6-liter V6, front-wheel drive, 121,000 miles, asking $9,800. She test drove it, said it felt like floating on a cloud, and bought it that week. 8 months later, total repairs, a battery, and a set of wiper blades. The engine here is the 3.6-liter LFX V6, the same family that powers the Cadillac CTS and the Camaro. It's direct injected, makes around 288 horsepower, and is timing chain driven, no belt to worry about. RepairPal rates the Enclave reliability right around the segment average, but the real story is what's under the hood once you're past it. 3 rows of genuinely comfortable seating, a quiet cabin, and a ride quality that punches way above its price tag. Inspection checklist. First, check for timing chain rattle on cold start. The early LFX engines can develop chain stretch past 100,000 miles if oil changes were neglected. A persistent rattle that doesn't quiet down after a few seconds means a $1,200 repair. Second, check the power liftgate motor. These fail commonly on Enclaves and run about $300 to replace. Third, inspect the rear AC system if it's a 3-row model. The rear blower motor and rear evaporator are known weak points, and a failure here can run $400 to $600. Who should buy this? Anyone who wants a quiet, 3-row family hauler with a smooth V8-like ride from a strong V6 and doesn't care about the badge on the grille. Who should skip it? If you're towing anything heavier than a small trailer, or you live somewhere with serious off-road needs, this isn't your truck. Number 4. The 2003 to 2006 Toyota 4Runner V8. This one gets skipped constantly because people assume older Toyota SUV means basic, slow, and underpowered. What they don't realize is that the 3rd-generation 4Runner offered an optional 4.7-liter V8, the same 2UZ-FE engine I talked about in the Tundra, the one developed for the Land Cruiser and the Lexus LX470. A landscaper in his 40s came to me 2 years ago looking for a tow vehicle for his small trailer. He had $11,000 and was eyeing a newer RAV4 with a price tag closer to $19,000. I showed him a 2004 4Runner Limited with the V8 4-wheel drive, 162,000 miles for $10,200. He's now at 211,000 miles. Total repairs in 2 years? A water pump and a set of brake rotors, about $450 combined. The 4.7-liter V8 makes 235 horsepower, runs a timing belt that needs changing every 90,000 miles for around $700 to $900, and after that, it's good for another $90,000. These engines routinely cross 300,000 miles. The transmission is a 5-speed automatic that Toyota built to last, same family as the Tundra and Land Cruiser units. RepairPal gives the 4Runner a 4.5 out of 5 reliability rating, one of the highest in the entire SUV category, regardless of price. Inspection checklist. First, verify the timing belt service history. If it's over 90,000 miles with no record, budget for it immediately. Second, check for the X-Rees suspension system if it's a Sport Edition model. This hydraulic suspension link can fail and is expensive to fix, around $1,000 to $1,500, so if you're not specifically shopping for that trim, avoid it. Third, inspect the frame for rust around the rear leaf spring mounts, especially in salt belt states. Toyota's frame issues on this generation aren't as severe as the Tacoma's, but they exist. Who should buy this? Anyone who wants real four-wheel drive, real towing capacity up to 5,000 pounds, and a drivetrain that was engineered for a Land Cruiser, all for under $11,000. Who should skip it? If you need third-row seating for a big family, the third row here is tight and best for kids only. Number 3. The 2010 to 2013 Lexus RX 350. I talked about this exact SUV in a previous video as the single best luxury pick under $15,000. Now it's dropped into the $11,000 to $13,000 range with slightly higher mileage, and it's even more of a steal. The math here is uncomfortable for anyone who bought German. A 2011 RX 350 with 110,000 miles, all-wheel drive, navigation, and heated leather sells for around $12,500 right now. The same year, BMW X3 with similar miles sells for about the same money. I service both. The RX comes in for oil changes, the X3 comes in for cooling system work, electrical gremlins, and the occasional transfer case conversation nobody wants to have. The engine is the same 2G R-FE 3.5-liter V6 found in the Highlander and Camry, Toyota's most widespread, most proven V6. Timing chain-driven, no direct injection complications, paired with the bomb-proof U660E 6-speed automatic. I have never replaced one of these transmissions due to internal failure on a properly maintained RX. A retired couple came to me last year, cross-shopping a 2011 RX 350 against a similarly priced Volvo XC60. I told them to drive both, then asked them one question. How do you feel about unscheduled visits to my shop? They bought the Lexus. I haven't seen them since, except for oil changes. Inspection checklist. First, listen for a ticking sound on cold start from the V6. If it's a brief tick that clears within 20 seconds, it's a known and manageable VVTi characteristic. But a persistent tick means a $1,500 actuator job. Second, check the rear self-leveling air suspension if equipped. Let it sit overnight and check for sag in the morning. A leaking actuator runs $600 to $800. Third, check the navigation hard drive on pre-2012 units. A glitchy screen is a $400 to $600 fix and a solid negotiating point. Who should buy this? Anyone who wants a vehicle that feels genuinely premium, drives like a Camry underneath, and has zero anxiety about tomorrow. Who should skip it? If you need 3 rows, this generation RX doesn't offer it. Look at the RX 350L from later years instead. Number 2. The 2007 to 2012 Mazda CX-9. Most people don't know the CX-9 shares its platform, its bones, and a lot of its mechanical DNA with the Ford Edge and the old Ford Taurus. Mazda took that platform and built one of the best driving 3-row crossovers of its era. And it's still cheap because Mazda's resale reputation has never caught up to Toyota or Honda. A young couple came in 2 summers ago with their first baby and a $13,000 budget. They were looking at a Honda Pilot with 145,000 miles for $13,500. I showed them a 2010 CX-9 Grand Touring, all-wheel drive, 118,000 miles for $9,500, fully loaded with a 3rd row, leather, and a sunroof. They've put 35,000 miles on it since. Total repairs? Front brake pads and a battery. The engine is the 3.7-liter Duratec V6, a naturally aspirated, timing chain-driven engine shared with the Ford Edge and the Lincoln MKXi covered before. It makes 273 horsepower and is paired with a 6-speed automatic that Ford and Mazda both used across multiple platforms for years. RepairPal rates the CX-9 a solid 4 out of 5, and owners regularly report 200,000 plus miles with routine maintenance only. Inspection checklist. First, check the timing chain tensioner. On higher mileage examples, a rattle on cold start can indicate tensioner wear, a roughly $800 repair if it progresses. Second, inspect the rear differential on all-wheel drive models. Fluid changes are often skipped, and a neglected differential can develop bearing noise, around $400 to $600 to address. Third, check the third-row seat folding mechanism. These see heavy use, and worn cables or motors are common, generally an inexpensive fix, but worth negotiating. Who should buy this? Families who want 3 rows, a genuinely fun-to-drive crossover, and don't care about chasing resale value. Who should skip it? If you're dead set on Toyota or Honda reliability scores specifically, the CX-9 is close but not identical, and some buyers want the badge security blanket more than the actual numbers justify. Number 1. The 2006 to 2010 Lexus GX 470. This is the one. If you want a single SUV that combines real off-road capability, true body-on-frame durability, and Lexus luxury, and you're willing to look past the fact that it drinks gas like a small boat, the GX 470 is the best-kept secret in the entire used SUV market. The GX 470 is mechanically a Toyota Land Cruiser Prado with a Lexus interior. Same 4.7-liter 2UZ-FEV8 I mentioned in the 4Runner, same full-time four-wheel drive system, same body-on-frame construction Toyota used on vehicles meant to survive deserts and war zones. Lexus then wrapped it in leather, added a smoother ride, and gave it a cabin that still feels upscale 15 years later. A contractor in his 50s came to me 3 years ago with a 2008 GX 470, 165,000 miles, asking $11,800. He was nervous about the mileage. I put it on the lift, checked the timing belt records, done at 110,000, checked the suspension, and found nothing but a worn serpentine belt. He bought it. He's now at 240,000 miles. Total repairs? Timing belt again at the 90,000 mile interval, a water pump done alongside it, and a set of tires. That's the whole list. The 4.7-liter V8 makes 263 horsepower, runs the same 90,000 mile timing belt interval as the Tundra and 4Runner, costing around $800 to $1,000 for the job. The transmission is the same indestructible 5-speed automatic. RepairPal consistently rates the GX among the most reliable luxury SUVs on the market, and Consumer Reports has given multiple model years in this range a perfect reliability score. Current pricing on a 2007 or 2008 GX 470 with 130,000 to 160,000 miles is sitting between $10,500 and $13,000. Compare that to a similar era Land Rover LR3, which sells for less money but comes with air suspension failures, electrical gremlins, and a maintenance bill that will eat that price difference in the first year alone. Inspection checklist. First, verify the timing belt service history. If it's over 90,000 miles without records, this is non-negotiable. Factor in the cost immediately. Second, check the KDSS system if equipped. The kinetic dynamic suspension system uses hydraulic components that can leak, and repairs run $1,000 plus, so have a shop check for fluid leaks at the KDSS accumulators. Third, check the air suspension on models equipped with it. A sagging rear end after sitting overnight points to a $600 to $900 compressor or strut issue. Fourth, Inspect the rear differential and transfer case fluid. These are often neglected on luxury SUVs whose owners never took them off-road, and fresh fluid is cheap insurance. Who should buy this? Anyone who wants Land Cruiser toughness with Lexus comfort, real low-range four-wheel drive, and a V8 that will outlive the rest of the vehicle. Who should skip it? If gas mileage in the high teens makes you wince, or if you need a third row that adults can actually sit in, the GX's third row is best left folded down. So there it is, 5 SUVs that the market hasn't caught up to yet. The Buick Enclave with a Cadillac engine and a price tag nobody respects. The Toyota 4Runner with a Land Cruiser V8 hiding under a too old badge. The Lexus RX 350, still the smartest luxury purchase under $13,000. The Mazda CX-9, a fun 3-row hauler built on proven Ford bones. And the Lexus GX 470, the single best combination of toughness and comfort I have ever put a customer into. You now know 5 SUVs that will outlast the new car payment your neighbor is still making. Next time someone tells you that you need $25,000 for something reliable, you'll know better. Like if this helped, subscribe for more straight talk from the shop floor. Drive safe. Take care of your SUV, and it will take care of you. Take it or leave it. I'll see you in the next one.